Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was your weekend, bro?
I had a great weekend, actually. Yeah. I went and saw this friend at this bar, but I got so drunk I can't even remember who.
Yeah. I don't think you're the only one. I think a lot of people got lit up at the old Oktoberfest, bro.
I mean, here was my crucial mistake that I made early, was that I started on the Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah.
Which I did not check. So, like, for quite a while, especially when I'm marathon drinking as I was on that day.
Yeah, and
I'm starting on, like, a Coors Light, like something a little lighter.
Yeah.
I started on a 6% beer. And I wasn't thinking about it as a 6% beer. So, like, I got a little far down the road. And then I, kind of got up and I walked around the square a little bit. I, chilled out. And I was like, all right, now I can go back to very slowly drinking.
Yeah.
For the next 7 hours.
And I think the bigger pours were fucking people up.
Yeah.
It was the 20-ounce pours. You get the Stein, you know?
I have the Stein.
It's fun. When you get a glass, it's super easy.
And you were adorable in your costume.
Bro. All right. So
hold on. I want to also.
What? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a picture.
Whole reason I went there on Saturday.
Yeah, I had to wear Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Which it's amazing that anybody ever got pussy in those outfits. Like, that is crazy.
Well, the pussy was in those outfits too.
I mean, the girls looked a lot better. That's a way better look.
It's like a dress and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just boost the boobs up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had I realized that I was like, oh, they have to do the braids so they're not dipping their hair in people's fucking. So, dude, all right, that sets the scene. So here I am at work. Yeah. So I'm at work, and I thought it'd be fun, right? I was like, I got to wear a silly little outfit. I want to be a silly little boy. So I ate a couple mushrooms, did a little microdose. Let me tell you. Did not hit the mark. I don't know if it got heightened because I was in a stupid fucking outfit, but dude, it got me when I was standing at the thing and I was pouring a beer, and then I was trying to explain to my cousin. I was like, dude, how trippy is the glass when you look into it and the light hits it? He goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you gave away, didn't
I was like, oh no. Because I was just explaining it as something cool.
Like something cool that you were looking at, and then you realized that you were it was only cool.
I'm deep. Oh no.
It was only cool because you broke the rules.
One guy, the wrong beer 3 times. He was like, hey man.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I love the, taste the rainbow IPAs you have, but I did originally order the off the track. So I was like, Jesus.
So was that after I left?
That was at the beginning.
That was at the beginning.
I had to settle in. See, once you get
so that
busy,
was like when I was there, because I at a point I just stopped showing up because I was walking around drunk.
Well, dude, first off, it's busy as shit in there, and then they have like German sex club music going on. So
it was not very Oktoberfest music, if I'm being real. It was like
crazy.
It was like Blade 2 music.
I felt like I was in the club from Blade. I was like, this is too much.
It was weird. It was weird. I mean. It's supposed
like
to be
with the drum and bass beat.
Yeah. It would every song would start with polka. Mm-hmm. Like like a lot of rap songs start with like an old blues or jazz song,
like an R&B,
like a little bit of that lead in. It was like that with it was the German version of that.
Yeah, it was intense.
Where it started really with
And then we got to a weird moment.
I think polka would have been helpful though, like legit, just straight up fucking polka
somebody up
music.
there with an accordion would have been awesome, bro. Some old white dude just.
I never listened to polka, but if it's on, I'll get in on it.
See, I can listen to polka. I can't. It's like when we would do St. Patrick's Day. Bro, bagpipes are never acceptable. They're just fucking. It's not cool. It's not fun. It's bagpipes and somebody slamming on a snare drum. You're like, dude, that is the loudest shit that you could possibly have in a bar.
Man, I just realized this is probably the whitest conversation we've ever had.
Yeah, dude, who says white people don't have culture? Horrific culture.
We're talking about polka and bagpipes.
Yeah, it's Oktoberfest. I had to explain to everybody. They're like, why isn't it in October? You're like, Jesus, that's not, I don't know. Don't ask me. It's not when they do it.
I don't know.
They do it in Germany.
People getting too drunk to tell what month it is.
People got fucking wasted.
Hold up. I got to pause for a second.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so-
I kind of want to Google why is Oktoberfest in September.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to know this when I worked in breweries.
yeah, because every old person asked. Like everybody, every table you walked up to that was older, you're like, fuck.
Because in October was usually cooler.
Well, let me tell you, global warming got us because it was officially false fall on Saturday.
It
was
really
90
was.
degrees. So this leads right into the crab swirl.
I walked to the square too. So I was like hammered walking around like I got a mile back too. So I can't forget that.
Dude, also, pretzel necklaces are disgusting.
Yeah, but you need it, man. That's a lifeline sometimes.
Yeah, but I was standing at the urinal and I looked down and I was like,
Oh,
no, this has got to go.
No, you got to hand that off when you go to the bathroom, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, this has got to go. No way. No, so I'm running around. I'm like starting to feel it. I ate a muffin. I'm in the groove, right? So all of a sudden, I'm like standing, grabbing a beer, and I'm just like, the fuck, dude? And I lifted my arm up. I smelled like a dumpster fire, dude.
Oh, you were just sweating all day.
Dog, I am starting litigation against Native Deodorant Company because they set me up for failure, bro.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wore this
no.
blackberry green tea, like all natural deodorant. It was Christina's. I didn't have any deodorant.
Blackberry green tea. Come on,
Dude.
man. You thought that was going to work?
I don't know what I thought. It was embarrassing. So then I was just standing there like, I couldn't get over it. I was so self-conscious. Like I felt like everybody
dude.
was like, dude, this guy smells like, and I was in that outfit. So, you know, that's like that real thin material. So it was like embarrassing.
coming through,
yeah. Like I could notice people would come stand next to me and be like,
Yeah.
that's a bad place to be. That's a bad headspace. I felt like I was back in middle school.
You
Like,
got to be, for deodorant, you got to be going for the extra aluminum if you're going to be running around in lederhosen.
So then this is how I knew it was bullshit because I told Christina when I got home, I was like, dude, I had to change out of the outfit and put on another shirt. I stunk so bad. She goes, oh, yeah. I thought it was just me. That deodorant doesn't work. I was like, what? Throw it away.
Why do we have it here?
Yeah. She's like, I thought I just stunk. I was like, no, dude. It made it worse. Like whatever that smell was, bless you, that green tea blackberry made it worse.
Okay.
It was like Febreze in a shitty bathroom. It just made it that much worse.
It's like lighting a match after a diarrhea session.
Yeah, dude, I was like trying to lean over, give people beers. I haven't been that self-conscious in a long time. Like
Man.
my whole vibe was killed.
Yeah. And you already said that you were on mushrooms. So noticeably smelling, let you smell bad. Oh, man, that sucks.
In a Halloween outfit. And nobody else is in an outfit. Like it's not like the customers.
Just the
dressed up.
employees.
Yeah.
I think your hat was the cutest though. You had the most silly. Your hat looked the most like a German farmer has worn it.
Dude, some guy told me I had peasant face. I was like, hold up, dog. I was like, I like took 2 steps away. I was like,
That's funny.
I hurt my feelings. He's like, yeah, you look like you should be in an old timey photo with like a fucking hoe. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
I mean,
You look like you're gonna DUI your children home.
yeah. Now that he said it, I think he's right.
He's 100% right. I saw myself in the mirror and was like, he's 100%.
Absolutely.
This guy killed me.
It took the outfit to draw the connection, but now the connection will
Yeah,
always be there.
Definitely a peasant face. I mean, it's the long line. It's my whole family, dude. Nobody had money in my family.
Yeah.
Long line of working men and people who shouldn't drink. And it was like, I had to do something because, dude, I'm glad I wasn't at when your employees start showing up with Ubers, you know it's going down, baby.
Yeah.
When your staff Ubers to work, you're like, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I was glad I was just in and out shift. I mean, not drinking. It's fun during the day, but I couldn't imagine what that nighttime was going to be like.
Oh, it was going to be a mess.
People and the wedding was going to get done.
I didn't go near Glover.
Yeah.
After the last time you saw me was the last time I was at Glover.
They
I
have
was
those
like,
weddings that are up top, so they drink for 5 hours
yeah.
on an open bar, and then they come downstairs.
and it's a big problem.
Yeah, it's just like somebody. It's crazy. Like there's people ordering that you're like, dude. Morally, I cannot give you a drink.
I don't think we're not even talking legally here. We're talking
about ethics,
yeah,
and morals. There's no way
I'm talking about. I don't think I can sleep at night if I serve you.
You're like looking at some girl. You're like, I'm gonna go home and hug my daughter tonight.
Yeah.
you look like you're working through some things. And the frozen drinks get all over people.
I mean,
It's
why?
too much. We talked about it. It's too much sugar.
A bucket of sugar. But it's cold, so it's nice.
It is nice. It is nice outside cold.
But that's why you got to fight it from the beginning. You can't get started with it. That was when I got drunk at my sister's wedding in Mexico. That was the problem. Is I started a margarita and then I'm like, oh, I can just carry this on all day for 12 hours.
But you're in the setting. The setting is where you... I mean, the only time I think it's appropriate is...
But a frozen drink during Falls Fall, that's the time.
It was the time. But
you know what I mean? That's
you're
the
stealing
setting.
happiness at an alarming rate. Like, that's what somebody told me one time. He's like, you're just stealing happiness from tomorrow. I was like, God damn, dude. Stuck with me forever.
Yeah. I mean, I did pretty good. I came home and I drank a BioLite and went to bed.
You rallied.
Yeah.
When you showed backup, I was like, no way. Like I seen a ghost.
Bro, I was drinking until, like, I got home at like 10 p.m. I started at like 12:30.
That's a long time to be out in the weather.
I mean, I was drinking water consistently.
You have to.
And then I got home and I drank a BioLite and like half a gallon of water.
See, that's a professional.
Woke
That's
up
somebody
feeling
who's
okay
been
the
to a
next
beer
day.
festival.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I read so much. And it's fun to read drunk because as you get progressively drunker, you read slower and slower. So like by the end, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I'm just trying to take in what it's saying.
You have your finger like... Hey, that's when you got to switch to the audiobook.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'm on chapter 20.
Nah, dude, I'll push it. I read like over 100 pages just fucking hammered out there. Just hanging out on the square.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
That's a good time.
It was a wonderful, nice day.
I know it's our podcast, but to finish the story shirts look good. The white shirts look really good.
Because I wore it that day.
It like stands out. I was like, damn, that shirt does look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, False Fall can kiss my ass.
It's not the best.
It wrecked me. But yeah, native, dude. All natural deodorant. I'd rather have the cancer. That was like where I was at. Like
extra aluminum. At least it works.
It's embarrassing. Being the stinky kid is so embarrassing.
It sucks so much.
I mean, I was like asking girls, like, you don't have any deodorant in that purse, do you? Because girls will hit you with that.
What a low.
Oh.
What
Dude,
a low
girl
point
put me
to
in
be
that
at.
position. I thought somebody could get me out of the... I almost sent you to Walgreens. That's how bad it was. I was about to be like,
And
dude.
honestly, I would have done it. But here's the thing. It could have been in your head because I didn't notice it.
It got bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it got
Towards
worse
the
as
end.
it went.
It's like when you wear like church socks and your feet stink and you're like, why are they stinking this much worse? I think it was that little like pantyhose shirt I had.
Yeah. That doesn't help. It is. I've noticed like all those like super breathable shirts. Like I used to have like some work shirts that were like that real thin breathable material. Those stink so bad.
It's crazy.
Like it's hard to get the smell out of them.
It's like wearing shoes with no socks. It's like, dude, you're asking for it.
Because like we used to work with those shirts on. Like we would especially wear them. Sometimes we'd be in Macon, just in a brewery, standing all day. It's not air conditioned because it's the brew side of a brewery. So we're in Macon, Georgia,
and in a garage.
I mean, we would do Valdosta.
Oh,
so we'd be in Valdosta, and we'd be there for like 10 hours.
It's
You're
like
you're just standing there sweating, watching a robot work.
Oh, that sucks.
And then you got to get in a truck with that fucking shirt that just it seems like it gets it wicks the moisture away, but it takes all those smells and it just locks them.
Yep, locks them in, baby.
It's pretty bad.
It's
that
terrible.
It's that flavor seal.
And then you get three dudes sitting abreast in a
truck. Yeah, for
touching thighs. You're like, oh,
for
dude,
4.5 hours back to Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah. We used to have almost fist fights in the car when we would do tubs if somebody would take their shoes off.
No, that's a no-go.
Because everybody would be asleep and somebody would try to do it, just slowly, and it would wake you up. You'd be like, oh, dude.
Dude, getting woken up by smell is bad. I mean, unless it's like coffee. There's good smells.
Yes, there are good smells.
But man, getting woken up by a bad smell. It's like getting woken up to a bucket of water.
Yeah. It's not a good way to wake up.
I feel like
morning breath bothers me. Like that bothers me. It's turned me off of morning sex. Just because I'm like, dude, that's taking me out. Like somebody on top of you breathing that. You're both just like, what are we doing here? Go brush your teeth. I don't need that. I don't understand. Like, if I stunk like that every day, I just don't understand how you get used to it. Like, when you walk by somebody who fucking stinks, you're like, how do you not, what is going on here?
I feel like they have to know, and it's part of the whatever they're trying to put out to the world.
Yeah.
Because the people that stink are people who seem antisocial most of the time. I mean, everybody stinks sometimes. You can't knock somebody for stinking once. Yeah.
Everyone gets musty, but it's like, you got to.
But if it's like every time I see you, if it's hard to stand next to you.
Yeah. I mean, I was to the point to where I was at work, and when new people would show up, I'd be like, oh, man, sorry, I've been running around all day. I stink. Like, okay.
Nah, you can't do that.
Had to. I was fucking crap swirling back there, dude. I was in complete, just trying to control the narrative.
Yeah.
I didn't want everybody to be, I didn't want a rumor going around that I stunk. Because it's also like,
running around
my
like
cousin
tendies
got
trying
me
to
the
get your
job.
story out.
Yeah, I don't want people to be like, yo, Will brought this cousin and he fucking stinks. That's that's why you don't hire your family, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you really got to trust your family to hire them, you know?
That flipped me out. What else did we do? Oh, we took the girls out for the first time.
Yeah, and I got to see the girls for the first time. Them. Yeah. They're adorable. Here's the thing, Keegan. I think, in my opinion, there's a 50-50 that y'all have already mixed them up. Because here's the thing. You said at this point, here's the deal. At this point, the system is one of them goes on the left.
Yeah.
That's the system.
Fail proof.
But you're telling me, like, I mean, you called me when you were coming over here and you were like, I have 2 hours of sleep. You were like, oh, what the fuck? You're sleep deprived. You're not in your best state. How do you know that one time you're not holding them both and you're like, okay, this one goes on the left, but there's maybe just not room. Well, so you're like, okay, I'm just gonna set her on the right this time, and I'm gonna remember that, and then you turn around because you're so wiped. I think if it hasn't happened yet, I think it's inevitable, man. I think you're playing with fire.
I can tell them apart.
Sure you can.
Emma's got a bigger head. She's got that Hey Arnold head. She got that fucking football head. Christina.
I mean, it's still soft. You can probably.
I'm like, move it, football head. That's what I say. Christina's always like, don't say that to her. I'm like, she doesn't know what I'm saying. She has no idea. She can't even see.
Yeah.
Wait,
they can't see yet?
Not really. They see, like, they say shapes and stuff, and everything's starting to come into focus.
Okay.
But it's funny, like, if you get, like, if you move something close to her, or, like, if you touch her face, they're like, what the fuck?
What was that?
Yeah, like, well, how long have you been here? Banjo's still, he doesn't really fuck with him. He doesn't really care. He's, like, not interested.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm like, he'll be interested, I think, when they start moving. He's more afraid. We got a robot vacuum. Holy shit, dude.
That's a cat's nightmare.
Literal nightmare. I watched him, dude, he looked like those.
Is he battling it, or is he just like watching it scared from the corner?
He's writing his manifesto. He just watches it. And then it empties, so it goes over and it just makes this like loud, like, whirr, dude. He looked like those soldiers that like had shell shock. He's just under the chair, like what the fuck? He always looks at us like, why would you bring this thing in here?
I can't believe you.
I mean, it rules. It is definitely worth the money. We didn't get a Roomba. We got like an off-brand one.
Yeah.
It is creepy. It maps the house out.
Yeah.
And then it shows you the house. You're like, God, it's very accurate.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy. But I mean.
And who has that information?
Anybody that Googles my address. Like, you can look it up on Zillow.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's not. If it was like riding around with a Ring camera, that would bother me.
Yeah.
The Ring thing just creeps me out.
Yeah. And I walk around people's houses pretty regularly, you know. Yeah. Not for work or anything, just do it.
Yeah, just creeping, dude. Practicing. I like to play a little game, dude.
No, for work. But you'll walk around and like tons of people now have these cameras outside that will tell you that they're recording. Mm-hmm. And man, it's annoying if you got to walk around a house twice.
Yep.
Because it's just every camera you walk by. By the second time around, you're waiting for it.
I just scream, I do not consent. I do not consent. Get that out. Be like,
Or
not, like that's ever stopped anybody.
Yeah. Or like, you know what freaks me out because I can still hear them is you ever seen the little devices where it's got a sensor for animals and then it flashes like infrared light or a light spectrum that we can't see, and it blasts like a really high pitched tone that animals can hear but people can't.
Yeah.
Nothing will freak me out more than like I'm starting to climb a ladder and then I'll just hear like wait, and I start looking around, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you don't need any unidentified noises as you.
Yeah, I'm like, is the tinnitus acting up? What is happening?
God damn, yeah. And it's just kills me that people are like, this is my security system. Like, you can literally just walk up with a piece of duct tape and just. The fuck are we talking about?
Wear a Bill Clinton mask, it'll be fine,
dude. Yeah. Yeah, get beat up doing that.
That's what I should start just getting president's masks every Halloween. Because I don't give a shit about. Huh? Yeah, with cash. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that seemed to be a bigger thing with Nixon.
Yeah, but I think they still make them forever. Like, you could get a Bo Jiden mask.
I mean, yeah. I think somebody's been wearing it for years. I think that's the conspiracy. It's a body double in a mask. Which is God.
Boom.
Oh yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what people's faces look like.
I like how they got the mole on there.
Show that on the screen. That's what people's faces look like on acid when you're at a show.
$15, I could get that.
That's like a Primus video.
It does look a lot like a Primus.
Shoot it in fisheye lens.
The Trump one is also scary as hell.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't send you the video. So we always talk about bad bombs in comedy, right?
Oh yeah.
I think there was the worst one of all time.
For you or for
no, for just somebody I happened to see. It was like,
okay.
So Shane Gillis sold out in Toronto. He sold the most seats in this arena that's like ever been sold there, right? So one of the openers was this dude Bleeze or whatever, and he comes out to open, and he doesn't really do comedy that much. Dog, not only does he bomb, he got booed off the stage by 15,000 people.
Holy shit.
And he like said something and was like, you could tell like starting to crab swirl up there. And then he's like, do y'all just want me to get off? And everybody cheered. And then as he started walking off, they booed him. I was like,
oh
dude,
my God.
15,000 people booing you. That's a nightmare.
That's how you quit comedy.
Yeah, for sure. He quit comedy in the first minute up there.
If you don't do it if you don't do it that much and then you get an opportunity like that and you bomb, I don't think you're going to start doing it more.
No. That's like a literal dream bomb. Like that's like a whole
that's like this is a dream of mine to open for Shane Gillis in a giant venue. And then failing miserably at that. Damn.
I was trying to explain to Christina and my mother-in-law. I was like, dude, this guy's got to be put on suicide watch.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I bombed for 100 people and it felt horrific.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the saddest moments I've ever.
And then to go sit in the green room and hear the roar of laughter that Shane is getting, you're just like, oh, no, it is me.
Oh, they're not just a bad crowd.
Yeah, you come back there like, good luck, buddy.
Oh. That's like death of my brother, bombs is the list of the saddest moments of my life.
I couldn't imagine
That's it.
Like the getting that opportunity and it going as bad as it possibly can go.
Literally can't go worse. The only way it goes worse if somebody shoots you on stage. If you're like assassinated.
Better. Yeah, that's better. At least
honestly,
you die a martyr. You don't die a bomb.
You don't have to deal with Now it's like, look at this crazy thing that happened in the show. It's not like comedian bombs so hard that he's murdered.
He lost the crowd completely.
Yeah. So that's...
I mean, I get it too. When I saw him being like...
Yeah, the murderer has been arrested, but now there are 15,000
eyewitnesses.
People signing a petition saying, nah, he deserved it. So they're going to let him go now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a hellish event.
Yeah. That's where, I mean, truly, I don't know how I would respond to that.
I mean, we'll
life.
see. I've got a good opportunity to bomb at the Comedy Store coming up here.
I mean, that's still not 15. The sound of 15,000
That's
people
true.
booing you would just haunt you for the rest of your
Oh
life.
my God.
That's
PTSD for sure.
Yeah.
Like that kid, if that kid ever hears a room of any number of 10 people booing, he's gonna lose it.
It's like the Manchurian Candidate. He's just gonna fucking.
He's just gonna snap and run out into traffic.
just get activated. Ah!
Nah, dude, that's a career-ending injury. He got two-wood.
For sure, dude. He needs to retire.
Yeah, his hands were shaking and shit.
It feels bad. It
Yeah.
definitely feels bad. I think worse than. I mean, it is a giant fear of people.
Yeah,
I think that's why when you do well, it's so great. You know.
yeah.
Because it's like, wow, that was scary.
Yeah.
That could have gone. I could have got booed off stage.
That could have gone really
I've
bad,
never
but it
been
didn't.
Booed
Yeah.
off a stage, but dude, I watched a guy open for a. He was a white rapper at a. It was a currency show, and somebody took their shoe off and threw it at him,
Oh, they W'd him.
dude. But I was just like, dude, they hit him.
Did he dodge it?
No, it hit
Oh
him.
no, that's.
But I was like, this guy was so angry. Now he's just in the crowd for the rest of the show with one shoe. Like that was commitment to being
Yeah.
like, this guy fucking
being like,
sucks.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, so much. And he square smacked him with the shoe too, like whole soul.
Yeah, that's.
on
I
his-
mean, if George Bush can dodge a shoe, and you can't dodge a shoe, you should get out of the public speaking game.
I think comedy is a hard one to bomb. Being solo on stage, rapping as a white guy, and it not going well is
That's
pretty
gotta suck, dude. Well, because
to a
that's
primarily black crowd.
it's the same way that I like.
He was definitely having a B rabbit moment.
Well, it's the same way that like when you do comedy, you have to commit to your bit. The way that you're performing, you have to commit, and like that's why I don't like high energy. Or it's part of
Right.
it is that I don't like committing to super high energy and then bombing and having to maintain that level of energy. White rappers, like, basically, I would say on the energy spectrum, inherently about as high as you get in comedy at all.
Yeah.
So, like, at the lowest end of energy this guy's got to have, it's more than I would ever have to commit.
Yeah.
And dude, just bombing. Oh my God. Dude, bombing with poetry is tough.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I one time did a poetry open mic? I
No.
did comedy at a poetry open mic.
No, but that's never good.
So it was open to. The worst part is like I didn't do horrible, but it felt like I did horrible because they snap. They don't
No.
clap.
I
They
hate
don't
that.
laugh.
No, that's
If they
terrible.
liked it, they snap. So I thought I was bombing the entire time, and then somebody told me, "No, the snapping. That's what I thought. It was just a weird thing people were. I thought it was like an autism thing
No.
that is common among poetry nerds."
Coffee shop shows never go well.
Dude, this wasn't even. It was a bookstore.
Same, dude. same.
Yeah. Dude, a college bookstore. Not like the college's bookstore, but a bookstore close to the
Yeah.
college running poetry open mic.
As liberal as it gets, dude.
Oh, buddy.
That's the epicenter, dude. That's it, bro. That's literally the beehive. That was like us at Curiosity Cafe. Just like, whoa. This is, I feel out of place.
Yeah. I mean, comedy in a coffee shop is a weird move in general.
Just because it's not the vibe all the time.
Coffee is the wrong drug. Like, caffeine's not the right drug. It's an alcohol thing. Right?
Yeah.
Alcohol helps. Coffee, like, I feel like it's too hard to focus sometimes when you have people who are just like jittering off of.
And most
8
people
cups.
have something in front of them at a coffee shop, whether it be
Yeah.
a laptop, a phone, something. So they're always
A book.
Yeah, they're looking over it,
Anything.
looking over that big old fishbowl mug of mocha or whatever the fuck they're drinking. Yeah. Yeah, I did a coffee shop show in Savannah on mushrooms one time.
Oh, why
It
would
went-
you do that?
I don't know, dude. I thought it would be like I could express myself and talk more, dude.
No.
Yeah. It was just me on stage being weird as possible and everybody in the crowd just being like, I think this guy's on drugs.
They knew, like they called it immediately.
Like this guy. Yeah. In the middle of my set, I like pulled over this thing that I thought was a drum, and I started like playing it, and I was like, damn.
And then you realized it wasn't. It was like a picture frame.
It was like a ottoman, but I thought it was like a bongo. Like I was.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was like that sudden realization of like, what am I doing, dude?
That's so stupid.
Yeah. I have literally a coffee shop full of people held hostage right now while I just mutter into a microphone.
This was an open mic or okay. Yeah. At least it's like an open, so it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, people were getting up there doing slam poetry
and
like
bombing at an open mic is not that bad.
I wanted to try it out because I was like, it might be fun to do a set on mushrooms. I was like, it is not fun.
I think it was somebody once described it to me as, I think it was you.
Yeah.
As it's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah. And it's not good. You know what else should be good, but sometimes isn't, is weed with comedy. When you do like a comedy show that's like 420 friendly, I've done a couple, and it's like sometimes people are just too smacked in the crowd. Like you'll tell a joke and be like, and then after your set they're like, that was hilarious. You're like, cool, man, you gave me nothing out there.
Yeah, well, it's like going to doing comedy at a Kratom bar, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Alcohol really is, and not too much alcohol.
I mean, that's gonna happen. That's what the late show's for, buddy. I mean, when we do our recording in October, it's going to be hammered people.
Yeah.
We're setting up a comedy show at a Halloween party to record.
Mm-hmm. That is, Halloween's a beautiful time too. That's a good thing. That's when I'm going to really miss
I'm excited because we're going to have an audience full of people in costume.
Mm-hmm. That's
for the recording.
Yeah, that's always good. You'll have like some fucking like horns and like cat ears and shit.
Yeah. Which, do you still want to host that?
I have to look at the day because I think we have so many events in October at my other job. We got all the fucking weddings. It's wedding season. Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So I think we decided on costumes for the girls.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
I think we're gonna do mushrooms. I think we got these little
the settling.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the little mushroom hats, and I think I want to be.
And you're gonna be on mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating them. Like when somebody asks, I'm gonna be like, I'm eating mushrooms. It's the only thing that we can do because if you get them now, by the time Halloween comes, they're gonna grow out of their outfits.
That's
so.
True,
At least with the hats, it's like one size fits all, and then we'll just put them in white onesies.
That'll work.
I was trying to think if I could be like Terrence McKenna or like somebody else. Like, I don't think anybody would get it.
No, but it would be hilarious, and you would definitely get your children taken away as soon as somebody got it.
Yeah, somebody's walking away from the house going.
They're dialing right on the doorstep, dude.
Yeah, they're updating it.
You're gonna have
Ring app.
You're gonna have Ring camera footage of somebody calling Child Protective Services.
My buddy was saying that they have an app where they talk about stuff that happens. I was like, dude, why do you need to be in your neighbor's business that much?
I have heard about that app, and I've heard it's a nightmare.
I mean, why do you need to? That's like HOA on steroids. Like, I don't need.
That's for people where an HOA isn't quite enough HOA for their lives.
That's crazy. Like, I don't need to be in a group text with my neighbors.
No.
That's fucking insane, dude. I don't give a shit if a fox ate your chicken. Like, I hope he eats all of them.
Well, you can't hope for that because neighbors with chickens, you do got to get cool with the neighbor with chickens. Because
you're talking about the neighbor with the rooster?
Well, because then
that rooster, dude. I hope
if you're friends with your neighbors with chickens, then you never have to buy eggs.
True, but the rooster is egregious. Is a rooster necessary to have chickens? Do you have to have a rooster?
I don't know. I think so.
Because I lived next to somebody who had a rooster. It's fucking crazy. It's like a goddamn cartoon. Yeah. Does it matter? No. So that's just being a dickhead. That's just being an asshole.
I mean, my family had a rooster when we had chickens.
Did you have two roosters?
I think. No, I think we had
you can use the rooster to make more chickens.
Yeah.
I think it's the whole thing. But like, now that's a hilarious way. If you can get into having chickens and you just want to piss everybody off in your neighborhood.
Just only have roosters. No eggs, just roosters. I got 5 alarm clocks walking around my yard.
That's when I would release the hounds, dude. I would release foxes.
I mean, I told you what our rooster's name was, right?
Mm-mm.
It was we asked my dad, I think. We were like, Dad, you come up with a name for the rooster. And he goes, Todd Sanchez. And we were like,
why?
We were like, do you like know somebody? Like, why is that? And he's like, nope, just like how it sounds. Todd Sanchez. Yeah. So,
dude.
So our rooster's name was Todd Sanchez because it was just a cool sounding name my dad thought of.
It's got to be somebody he thought was a cock. It's got to be some dude at work.
It probably, yeah.
He's like, this cock.
Todd
Sanchez.
I mean, Todd Sanchez was delicious, though.
Oh, you ate him?
Oh, yeah. We got to a point where I think we were just sick of having chickens. So it was like, let's fucking...
let's have a Viking feast.
Let's get some chicken going. My sister's becoming a prepper lady. I was talking to her the other day. Well, she's had chickens for a while, but now they're talking about getting like raising chickens because they went over to one of my cousin's place where they helped butcher chickens.
That's a lot.
But here's the thing. Went for an afternoon, butchered chickens for an afternoon, came back with like 6 months to a year worth of chicken, just like frozen full chickens.
I don't know if I want to be the one to do it.
Well, in your household, you're going to have to be.
I know, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, unless you want to invite me over with a high-power rifle.
My mom said her grandmother would break their necks.
Yeah.
Just swing around.
I mean, I'll kill some chickens for you.
Do you have to individually pluck all the feathers?
Probably.
Jeez.
It's probably not that hard.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I could do it.
How long would it take? It would take you, I don't know, 5 minutes of chicken, maybe. Come on, let's get into the logistics.
I was just thinking about that old country for no men, just no country for old men. I'm just going around just.
No, I was thinking I'll come over and work on my golf swing.
You could probably nail some. Do you shoot them? How do you kill them?
I mean, how do you kill a chick?
I think you bleed them out.
A lot of ways to skin a cat, Keegan.
Yeah, I think you bleed
That's how we did ours, was we had like...
I think that's how you have to do it.
We had like a neighbor who knew how to do it. Yeah. And family friend or something. She came over and she like put it between her knees and then just grabbed its head and slit its throat.
God damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's intense. You're coming back a different man. Yeah, your family's fed, but you're just...
Man, I've murdered a bunch of deer. I could handle it.
Like, are you fucking crying? No,
If you give me a couple chickens, I'll help you out.
I don't have anywhere to do chickens. I would love to have chickens.
Yeah.
Put a little disco ball so while they're out there, it looks like they're dancing. Looks like they're grooving. Make a little dance floor for them, dude. Let them out of the coop. Get my girls on the dance floor.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. It would be rad, though, if you went out there every day and had like 7 or 8 eggs.
Yeah.
Because I eat a ton of eggs.
Oh, I mean, everybody that I've ever known who has had chickens, it's like you get the chickens, they start laying eggs. You're like, nice, we have plenty of eggs. And then like 3 weeks later, you're like, who else can we give eggs to?
I'm so sick of fucking eggs.
I have so many eggs. Well, it's like you're just producing so many eggs that it's like this family of 8 cannot eat all of these eggs. We have to give them to people.
Yeah.
So,
you have to.
Yeah, which, I mean, is nice. And it's nice for basically the cost of like feeding and getting the chicken set up. You're like, you have unlimited eggs forever.
Are you going to get chickens when you get a house?
Maybe.
Yeah. That'd be fun, dude.
Here's the thing is I need help.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm doing pretty good in a few regards at the moment, but at the cost of mostly ignoring multiple aspects of life that a well-rounded person takes care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, a house is a lot to take care of.
Yeah.
And it goes quick.
If I get a house, I am going to hire a cleaner.
You have to.
Every 2 weeks.
Because otherwise you have to be diligent or that shit gets away
quick.
And then you're fucking living in hell.
Like this.
No.
Like how I do currently.
Well, no, dude. It can get so much worse. You can be in a house that like we used to go to people's houses in Athens and they would just have like roaches is bad. Once you get roaches, it's hard to stop. Mice, like fucking mice everywhere.
Yeah.
When you own a place, you're like, that's a fucking problem. Because at least when you're just renting, you're like, I'm out of here if it gets too bad.
The roaches were here before me. They'll be here long after me.
Mm-hmm. But I just owning your house, you're like, dude, we got a problem. It's like my buddy bought a house and the birds were just like fucking woodpeckering his siding. He's like, so now I'm out here battling these woodpeckers, putting up fake owls, shooting them with BB guns.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden everything's your problem.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I
know.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm really trying to not think about it because it's the reason I've never considered buying a house until very recently.
But like the financial, like just paying a mortgage and it actually going to something is enough to get one.
Yeah.
Like when you really sit down and think, I'm 36 years old. I've been living on my own for 18 years. How much, if I actually sat down and figured it up, have I spent just throwing it away?
On rent, yeah.
Crazy amount.
An upsetting amount.
Exactly. One of those you start fucking, it's like you said, there's nothing you can really do about it at the moment, and it's just going to make me mad.
Yeah.
It's like reading. That's why I can't get too far into certain things. You're like, I'm just upset now.
Yeah, I'm
taking it out on people in my life.
It's why I can't watch the Green Bay Packers. No.
Look at me. We fucking beat the Eagles on a Monday night. I was like, all right, Sunday Night Football. I can't wait. I'm just sitting there going, I fucking hate Mahomes.
Yeah.
I can't. I made the best decision ever by not doing fantasy football this year.
Yeah. No, fantasy's a big problem.
It's a problem. I watched two guys talking shit to each other, and I was like, I don't need this evil in my life, dude.
It's like trying to make yourself mad at your friends.
It really makes you hate football.
It would be like getting together with a group of friends and being like, hey, every week we're going to play a game of Risk together.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're doing to your friendship.
Every time we hang out, we're going to play Monopoly and Uno every fucking time. And we're keeping score.
We're going to play. Yeah, we're going to play until somebody flips the board.
Dude. That happens quick.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking in Uno is a good way to get into a fist. That's a fast track to a fist fight.
Well, like, for me, Risk has always been a big problem. Oh, yeah.
Risk takes too long.
Yeah, but I kind of like that. But the problem with that is that once you're 5 hours deep on a game and then two of what you thought were friends of yours decide to form an alliance together and wipe you off the map.
This is where I was going to tell you, every time I played, it was with Blake and one of his fucking friends.
Oh, so you were just crushed every time.
Every time. Just I had no chance. It was ridiculous.
My family played Risk maybe 5 times ever as a family. And it never ended happy.
It's just board games are like that, dude. They're very frustrating. I'm frustrated as shit with that game you got me playing, Ghost of Tsushima. I should never have.
No, you jumped into the DLC too early.
I didn't read. I just was clicking and I fucking.
It's easy to do, but if you make it through that, the rest of the game probably won't be too bad.
No, I think it'll be cool. Yeah, those games are like movies now. Mm-hmm. Games are just.
I mean, that one more so than most.
That's interesting to me. Of like, if you grew
like
up,
Squirrel with a gun isn't a lot like a movie,
right? But if you grew up with those games, like these, like Assassin's Creed games,
yeah,
and like,
the giant crazy ones,
yeah,
because we grew up on like right when the idea that you could make something this big started to become possible.
I think the first one was Grand Theft Auto, in my mind,
which
was like
like GTA, what? 4, 3,
whenever they stopped doing 4. The overhead and they came down, that was
4. I think
that was insane because that's where you were like, dude, I can just
3
do whatever. I liked Vice City was my favorite.
Yeah, that era.
Yeah,
but then like, I think Assassin's Creed wasn't too far behind that. I think the original Red Dead was a little bit after that.
Fucking awesome too. Jesus, I forget about how cool that game was.
Have you played the second one?
Is it good?
Dog. The second one is incredible.
Really?
Oh yeah. You will love the second one.
See?
And man, it'll make you cry like a little baby at the end. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't want to cry and I don't like being scared. I don't like playing video games where I'm creeped out.
It's not going to scare you. It's just like, man, it's a great story. That's the thing, is that like these games are getting to the point where they're, if done right, can tell a story that's like on the level of like, whoa, that was an incredible movie. You know, that book was amazing. Like they're getting to that level of storytelling where like they can actually start eliciting emotion because they've gotten you connected enough to characters and shown you the events happening. You know what I mean? It's great.
I'm into that. I just like being a cowboy.
Yeah.
Or being a fucking samurai, being a ninja.
And that's what you'll get at least 40 hours of out of Red Dead 2.
So, is it bad to be a ninja for Halloween? Is that problematic to be a ninja? Because I have been a ninja a lot.
A lot?
I was at like 3 years in a row as a kid. I loved it because it was in all black and I could throw shit at people.
Yeah. I think I was a ninja at least once as a kid.
And it's also, when you look back, the cheapest costume.
Yeah, for sure.
Your mom's like, all right.
I can afford that.
Black turtleneck, black sweatpants. Yeah.
Towel to wrap around your head. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, you're right. But
is that problematic?
I think that there is a group of people who, if you ask them, is it problematic? The answer is 100% of the time yes. And then it just becomes a game of them justifying why it's problematic. Okay. So I don't think that asking is it problematic is an issue. You just live your life, try not to be a dick. And if somebody wants to tell you it's problematic, then say, fuck off.
Or just divert their attention and be like, well, so is painting your body black to be a bodybuilder. Like, what the fuck does that have?
Actually, I was planning on being a bodybuilder for Halloween this year.
Dude.
No, that is a crazy thing. Because it's like, it's one of those things you don't think about. But as soon as somebody points out, that's kind of blackface. You're like, no, it's not. And then you look at pictures of it. And it's blackface.
It's just... the level that people get. I was watching videos of people on the Savage race. Like, I have a friend that actually competes in it to like win in the Savage races, and you're like seeing what they're doing, and you're like, why are you doing this?
It's because they have no joy in their
and they're
life.
like holding up a check that says like $250. You're like,
that's how much the ticket to do this costs.
I think you broke even to go get fucking syphilis in a mud puddle. Like, I tore my ACL. Fucking, I mean, just what are you running?
It's silly.
From? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? You know, like, what are we doing here? Yeah. Have you ever done one of those, a mud race or anything? No, I've never wanted to.
There was one that I wanted to do when I was like early 20s, like fresh out of the army or even in the army.
That's who I think is there.
Where they did one where it was basically that, but it was with inflatables. So it was like inflatable obstacle course for like a mile.
Nice. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. That would be fun as shit.
I would do that one.
Yeah.
I just couldn't justify if I tore my ACL and had to get surgery. And it's like, well, what were you doing? Sliding down a mud hole like a dumbass.
I was trying to swing from rope to rope.
I was trying to get some pussy from some fucking muscle mommies.
The dirtiest pussy.
Yeah. The CrossFit lady's fucking just out there picking up sandbags. It's like, I get American Ninja Warrior. You know, you're trying to get on that TV show.
That's legit like a crazy difficult obstacle course. This is just like, I mean, it's basically just shit that I had to do in the army that wasn't fun.
Yeah, if you can drink 3 or 4 White Claws before you go out there to do it, I don't think, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody will be like, you got to do it.
No. I'm not gonna.
No, it's like marathons. You can't.
The amount of money that you would have to pay me to do that would probably be the budget of setting the event up.
And I'm still not going to show up.
I mean, I'll show up late, you know? Yeah. Like, I'll do the thing where I'll show up at the starting line and I'll, like, shake some hands. Yeah. And then I'll get in a car and I'll drive to the end. And then just, like, hang out in the car until some people start rolling in. Sneak in with the group right at by the finish line. Yeah.
Classic, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done a marathon. They always want me to do this Thanksgiving, like 5K.
No, that's also not a marathon.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what if you just started pissing yourself during like a 5K? It's not even a marathon.
It's just a short one. You have like super obvious nipple tape on for a 5K.
You're just peeing on people's shoes at the starting line. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I did one 5K in the army, but it was one of those things where it's like, you can sign up to do this voluntary 5K, or you can run 4 miles as a group. So everybody signs up for the 5K.
How long is a 5K?
Like 2.5 miles.
Just show up. They're like, dude, did you shit yourself?
It's really, honestly, like I couldn't physically run a 5K right now.
No way. I could walk run it.
I could walk a 5K.
Yeah. I could walk run it.
I could walk a 5K.
It is so funny to show up to a 5K with like nipple tape. Pissed yourself a mile into it. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
You've got like a belt of water.
That'd be great. Yeah, everybody's just doing it to raise money for charity. Yeah, I just have no desire to do that. A marathon.
Running.
And what is that sickness?
The
that
runner's high
wants
is
you to do
stupid
it?
as hell too. It's fake. It's fake.
No.
It doesn't exist.
No, I'll just do cocaine. I'll just relapse, get back on coke, dude. What are we talking about, bro? You know what's a better Saturday? I'll get up early.
12 hours of beer.
Yeah, I'll go to the guy's house. I'll drink till you go, you're sloppy, and then I'll call the dude.
To me, a marathon, and I've only done it truly maybe 2 or 3 times ever, is 24 hours of continuous drinking.
Yep.
But like if you're doing that, you got to plan. You know, like you got to get all the beer and food you could need for this and get it here now. So you don't have to go anywhere.
It's like the Tour de France. You got to have your performance-enhancing drugs.
You got to train a little bit, you know?
Dude, drinking like that.
Yeah, I think I did 12 hours on Saturday, and it was more of a stretch than it's ever been. That used to be easy for me.
I think those days are done for me.
Yeah, I think
They're
I'm
long
about
gone.
at the back end.
Yeah, the further I get away from drinking, the more I don't want to. I don't know.
But if you got drunk once, you'd be like, it's pretty fun, dude. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I just don't know when I would, because the real thing is I am
once the
notorious.
girls, when the girls are like 5,
Yeah,
you're gonna have a day where you're gonna go for it.
Because it's like different. Christina's like, we're out with the girls and she has like a margarita. And I'm just like watching her have like one margarita. And I'm like, that must be nice. Because as soon
you
as
can't do that?
Fucking no, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll bring like a bottle of tequila home to like be like, I'll just make a margarita. And the next thing you know, I wake up, it's like fucking 3/4 of the bottle gone.
Bottle.
Yeah, she won't talk to me. You're like, oh, that was supposed to be a fun little cookout. I think I broke the kitchen table.
And
I think that being hungover and having to deal with a baby, I think that sounds like
like a hell.
A hell. Because when you're tired and you're like trying to give them a bottle and they're just spitting it out, and there's like, I put the binky in the other night.
Yeah,
and she
they were
spit it right at me, and I was like, dude.
They were so nice when I met them.
Mm-hmm.
They were just chilling. Nobody was crying.
Dude. We went into Bottega and she was like, I'll order the food. So then all of a sudden fucking Emma starts fussing. So I got that goddamn school bus of a fucking stroller. So I'm like, all right, I'm out. You order. So I'm like trying to go out, and then I like can't get out the door. And some dude was like, oh, let me help you. And I don't know why I immediately reverted to being like, I got it, dude. I got it. And I was like, I don't need your fucking help, dude.
Yeah, that's not good.
I heard myself say it and was like, what is that?
Yeah.
That ugly little demon that comes out.
Yeah, you pour 3-4 beers on top of that guy, he'll be out quick.
I was like, what was that? I don't fucking need it. I got it. Dude, I got it. Meanwhile, I just had 2 squalling children.
That's just being tired, man, I think.
Yeah. Your fuse is on short. I had murderous rage on the way over here. Some kid cut off like
when
me
you
and 3
called
other
me.
cars, and I was like, dude, I pulled up next to this kid, and he was like, just a fucking knucklehead.
I mean, what?
Windows down. I was like,
You called me on your way out, and you were furious that you couldn't get the Bluetooth to connect to the car.
Dude.
You were upset. I could tell
so
through the phone that you were like deeply upset by it.
Your fuse is so short. When you have no sleep is
Also, the kid driving by with the windows down, it's hilarious because the first time you rode in my car, you were like, yeah, and you rolled all the windows down and you cranked the music up. You were that guy 1 year ago.
It was the fact that he almost hit me and this dude, and I was so angry. And then when I pulled up, I'm like, looked over at him. I'm like, this kid has no idea. Like, he has no idea. Like, imagine me getting out and just being like, get out of the fucking car.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about?
I mean, you can't do that anymore. People be getting shot.
No.
doing that.
Yeah, because if he's driving like that, it's because he probably has a gun.
Yup. I mean, have you seen the video? There's a guy that gets out and he walks up to another guy's car with a gun in his hand, and as soon as he gets to the window, he just gets shot in the head.
Well, it's like, dude, as soon as you start walking to somebody's car, now you're
if you have a weapon,
aggressor.
if you have a weapon,
even if you're not,
it's
like, dude, I don't know what you're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you.
I had a lady do that to me a while ago.
What?
She cut me off. She cut me off and started driving under the speed limit in the left lane. So I was tailgating her, and then we come up to a light, and she gets out. Like, we pull up to the light, it's red. She throws it in park, opens her door, gets out, and starts yelling back at me. Like, turns around yelling back at me, and I just was like, "Get in your car."
Yeah, that's maybe she might have had a gun.
Yeah, she had a gun.
Yeah, for sure.
Based on what she was driving.
That's brazen.
Mid 90s Camry. Yeah. There's a gun. She bought that thing with a gun.
Yeah, the gun came with it, dude. Yeah, you got to know that when somebody is that brazen, you're like,
yeah,
they definitely have a weapon. Yeah, it's so funny to me that I was like just so angry. And then as soon as I pulled up, I was like, I'm a dickhead.
Yeah.
This kid's having a great day.
That's how I drive too. I get upset when I drive bad, but like I've learned how to make it so that it doesn't bother me when I get where I'm going.
Yeah,
all of that is forgotten. That's just the nightmares of driving.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I could do it. I don't think there's any amount of money for me to sit in traffic every day. Like Atlanta traffic every single day.
Locked in like that, it would take a lot.
Dude, I mean, I was doing that job where we had to work at that halfway house, and where it was, you were in Atlanta traffic every single day at 5:00. And it's just, when you're looking around, you're like, dude, everyone looks defeated. Like, this is so, and what I can't stand about traffic is you get a bunch of people that haven't been on their phones all day.
So now they're on their phone.
That's a lot of what's happening. Have you ever seen those traffic cam videos that show the wave of traffic? And they'll show like on a highway camera, and there's nothing. There's no reason for traffic. It's just...
Yeah, it's just people driving like idiots.
You just have to let it go. You have to zen out. That's where you really have to zen out.
You have to.
You have to, or you're gonna get shot. Like that's your.
You will get shot. Like, to this day, you can't honk, but I'll still get like, and then I'll think about it. I'll be like,
I give a good honk every once in a while.
It depends what car it is.
Yeah, I'll give a good honk if I have an exit strategy.
Like, if you're driving a Porsche and you're not going anywhere, I'm gonna honk at you because you're probably just an old dickhead not paying attention.
I'll give a honk. Now, if you give a honk and then somebody starts acting aggressive, that's the worst.
That's when you're like, shit, I got to turn off at this QT real quick.
Yeah, I go run in, stand behind the counter. Your move, dude. We're on camera.
Looking for a 2008 CRV to pull in.
Dude, that feeling is bad, though.
Yep, it's terrifying.
I mean, I told you that one time we hit that dude's car with like water balloons, and he fucking chased us. And it was like seeing that car in the neighborhood come around every turn. You're like, fuck, dude, why is he so angry? You know what? That was probably a guy with newborns that had no sleep. He's driving down the street. Somebody hits his car with a water balloon. He's like, you know what? Not today, dude.
I feel like your incidents are gonna start increasing.
I'm trying not to. I think I'm trying to beat it away with weed. Generally, I'm usually too tired and too stoned. I'm just like, dude, just give it to God. I'm like, this guy's a dick. All right. What fired me up today was the other guy was fired up. And I was like, it's us versus this. You know, he was fired up. It's getting me fired. Yeah. He was doing the fuck. I was like, yeah, dude, fucking. I've been hitting thumbs down. I'll give you the aggressive.
No, I like the thumbs down. The thumbs down.
I'll point at you to get your attention and be like, hey, I don't like it. I've been saying I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yep.
Pulling up next to somebody because you have to see what they look like. That is, nothing pisses me off more. Yeah, do you play the game where you try to describe who's driving?
Before you pull up?
It's a sensitive game.
Before you pull up? Yeah. No, it's a hard game to play.
You'll learn some prejudices about yourself.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I know exactly who it is. Then you pull up.
And then you pull up and it's not that.
Yeah, you're looking in a mirror. You're like,
shit.
Oh, that's a fucking me right there. Am I the baddie?
Yes.
I mean, I drive like a dickhead.
No, I know.
Most of the time. I get it. I think everybody takes turns. Unless the old people are dangerous. Those are
Old
the people
people,
that,
yeah.
Because you can't even honk it like an old lady.
I still think when you turn 60, you should have to take a driver's test every year. And as soon as you fail, you don't get to drive anymore.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be up to the family to take people's driver's license away because it puts a rift in the family. Like, it was a big deal when we took my grandmother's driver's license away.
I had my mom's grandpa had his license revoked by the state because he, I think for like 6 months straight, was getting 3 to 4 tickets for going too slow on the freeway. Jesus every month.
Christ.
And then eventually the state was just like, no, you can't drive.
A ticket for doing it is crazy because there's plenty of people doing it that aren't getting tickets. So how egregious was it to get a ticket?
It's like minimum 45 on the freeway. It's like everybody's going 75.
Dude,
you're going 35. Under 45.
That's dangerous.
It's so dangerous. It's so much more dangerous than driving super fast.
And you don't even see the brake lights. So if you're hauling down the highway, you're like, what the fuck is that?
It comes up on you fast.
Yeah, you're like, what is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Danger.
No, that is it's driving is so much more dangerous too when I have the kids in the car because you realize how dangerous everything is. You're just driving like, oh.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll be like on 285 driving between two semis that are driving slow, and I'll just be like, it'll like dawn on me the level of danger that I'm actively in every moment I'm on the road.
Yeah. I had that moment one time when I was young, and I used to smoke in the car like an idiot. And I was smoking on the highway because we would be like, oh, highway windows are down. That's totally fine. Dude, we were on the highway. We had just smoked. The whole car is stinking. We have the windows down. And I got stuck in between two semis. And the car in front of me wasn't fucking going fast. So I was boxed in like 17 years old, just like a Fast and Furious movie, dude. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke and drive after that. I was like, nah, dude. We cannot be.
That's when you learned.
Because you just think if anything happens, this car reeks, dude. That's where I guess when you're a kid, you don't think about that. But it's like, dude, if anything happens, you're in trouble. Like the first thing that they're gonna say when they walk up to the car is like, like it's almost like a joke. They're like, you're not.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way you think you're getting out of this unscathed.
No, there's no way that this guy's just smoking weed in his car. There's absolutely. I mean, we had a buddy that got pulled over in South Georgia, and they were taking pictures. They had him arrested on the side of the road. Whoa. He was doing 25 over smoking a joint, actively smoking a joint
in South Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What a smart Savannah. Friend you have,
bro. Just the joint in the ashtray. Because it's like, what are you going to do? That's what he said. He's like, I didn't really think about it. He's like, once you get pulled over, you're just holding a burning joint. You're like, what am I going to So just walk up to the car. They're like, hey, license to registration. You're like, let me just get out. I'm in trouble. You in South Georgia, too. They're taking pictures. They're putting you on Facebook. You're going on their Facebook page. For a bag of weed, an eighth.
They're gonna put it on the table and stand around it posing.
They literally put it on the front of the car. It was like a half ounce of weed. Their pictures next to him. He's arrested on the hood. Is this necessary? I mean, dude, they make a living down there off of speeding tickets. Because right there, if you go down to Savannah on I-16, it drops for no reason. And then there's always a cop right there.
Of course.
I mean, I've been living off of 92, and there's 5 different police departments that are over there.
Cops are road pirates.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, what else are they doing? They're on the road. Mm-hmm. They're extorting you for money with guns. Mm-hmm. They're road pirates.
Road pirates. I tried to save a life. I was driving home after Oktoberfest. Guy was behind me. I was going real slow because there's always a cop at that fucking Lifetime Fitness. So I was trying to give him dude went around me, got pulled over. I was like, God damn, dude.
I tried to save you.
I drove by him with the what do you think? I'm just fucking. I was giving him the light too, slow down. Yeah. If they sit in the one place, and then it's every time I drive home, there's somebody pulled over there, and I'm like, well, I mean, they're getting people, so they're always gonna be there. That's why I like Waze. Where we at?
Over an hour.
Nice. Do you ever use Waze?
No, I'm just Google. Google Maps has worked well enough that I've never felt the need to go download a separate app.
Yeah. I only use Waze if I'm having to, like, I used it when we used to work and we'd have to drive just so you can see where the police are because they tell you where all the speed traps are.
I mean, Google does that too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I always just did Waze.
But I have noticed in some of my driving across country trips, especially in like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, in that area, there's something that I think cops are starting to do where they'll get on the freeway and they'll just be driving and they'll be reporting speed traps consistently as they're going. So you'll be driving and you'll be like, okay, there's like 5 speed trap markers back to back here. And then you'll drive through and it's like 50-50 if there's actually a cop there at all. But it slows down all of traffic.
Damn. They figured it out.
Yep.
These idiots. I didn't know if they would. They used to do that on the way to Savannah one time. I had heard about this but never saw it. So I was driving down there on a 4th of July. And on one of the exits, like over there by Statesboro, they had a sign, like one of those road signs where they like update the thing, and it said DUI drug checkpoint up ahead, or like next exit.
Yeah.
And there's 2 police officers. My buddy's like, dude, you got to get off the exit. Like, get off this exit. I was like, dude, there's no way that they can do a roadblock on the fucking highway. I was like, that's just not.
And then they did.
No, but I was like, you cannot do that. And he's like, no, dude, I was like, I'm not getting off. There's no fucking way. Like, they don't do that. As we're driving, you drive past that exit. The exit that they told you to get off of, they were set up with like lights.
Oh, yeah.
They had like a whole thing set up. So as soon as you turned off, there was no gas stations, no restaurants on that exit. And as soon as you turned off, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you turning off for this exit? And then they would, I mean, dude, it was crazy. I was like, damn, how many people you think they got drunk driving down to Savannah?
So many.
like people are like, I got to get off the highway.
Yeah. Well, you've seen the sneaky, have you ever seen, I've seen it more in the Midwest or like out west a little from here. I haven't seen it a lot around here. I've seen where they'll have a cop on the bridge going over the road, radaring people, and then they'll just have like 3 or 4 cars on the on-ramp. So when he gets somebody, he'll just call down to one of those cars, and then that guy will peel off and get on the highway right behind you.
Damn, that sucks.
Yup.
That's
Down
tough.
here, it's crazy that they do this. I can't believe that enough of them haven't died doing this that they stop, where they'll just be on the side of like a 5-lane, 80-mile-an-hour freeway. They'll have their door wide open, and they'll just be leaning out of it with the gun, looking
There's
back.
no way I trust people enough.
Dude, I cannot believe that it's not like an epidemic of state troopers just getting blasted.
I mean, the amount of people texting and driving.
You see the videos of people hitting active traffic stops.
Yeah, with their lights on.
So it's like you're trying to hide and be on the side of the road and look out like that. It's like it's a miracle that those guys don't get hit
And that's
all
what
the time.
That all black car don't help. The like, fucking shadow car doesn't help.
And also, you're half out of the car. Like if it gets hit, you're done.
Yeah, and you're not going to have time to react.
No.
You're not going to jump out of the way. I think it would happen too fast.
Dude, every time I see it, I'm like, that guy is playing with fire to fucking do some road piracy, man.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Yeah, I got a super speeder when I first moved to Savannah. They got me going over this fucking bridge, and like half the people when I went to the court were from the same spot. I was like, oh, so this is like a fucking thing.
Yeah, this guy got a ton of people.
Yeah. I'm like, this fucking sucks. Then the judge, I was like, I just moved down here. I got a job. Give him
that guy probably got promoted for finding that spot.
Yeah, he's probably the mayor now, dude. Like, it went from 55 to 35 as you went down a bridge with the water on both sides. It's like perfect, windows down, just cruising. I was doing 65.
Christ.
I was like 65 and a 35 or something. I was like, dude. So the guy was like, we're not gonna put points on your license. I was like, oh, thank God. He's like, but your fine is $700. Dude, I almost passed out. I was just like, what? But what? For a speeding ticket? I was like, that's fucking insane. And then everybody in there was for a speeding ticket. I was like, they just made $40,000 in here. They're like, make
That's
that
what they do.
Yeah, make that
That's what they do.
payable to cash.
Yup. Just sucking that out of the economy.
Yeah.
Put it into fucking buying a tank for your department.
Which is insane that they have that.
Marietta has one. I told you I saw it a few weeks ago.
No. Where was it at?
They have an MRAP.
Where was it at?
It was, dude, I was pulling out of the street over here. I was at the light with
barbecue?
North Marietta Parkway and Fairgrounds.
What?
I was at that light, and it came down North Marietta Parkway and took a left right in front of me.
They're just driving a tank. They're like,
It was
just in case y'all were wondering.
I bet I can find this exact one on Google.
Why do they have a fucking tank?
That's it.
Why would they ever need that?
In case road piracy goes bad.
That's what road piracy gets you, a tank.
No, that's the flagship.
Dude, I've seen that. I didn't realize that's what it was. They bring that to like the festivals. How cute. They park it on the square.
Yeah, show of force.
Uh-huh. That's crazy. We got anything to promote?
We got this. I'm booking more shows in Vegas for this week of October 14th. Then Comedy Store on the 19th.
You gonna go see the Eagles at the Sphere?
Patrick and I are roasting each other on October 24th at Freedom Brew and Shine, the place with the gun range.
America.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You got anything?
No. Just go check us out on Spotify, man. Search Finish the Story on Spotify. We finally got it up. So
get on Patreon.
Yeah, get on Patreon. Get on the Spotify. We're everywhere now. You can just search it and find it. So thank y'all so much.